Alright guys, I was in the port area earlier and we're not allowed to make videos there. And I really didn't want to get in trouble, but now we're on the ship and, well, the ferry. You can see there's like a Russian flag. That's the Heihe port terminal. And then this is the Amur River. And then across there is Russia. The city of Blagoveshchensk. I'm probably saying it wrong. But yeah. There's a lot of people coming on board and it's pretty cold. There's an indoor section of the ferry as well. But I'm gonna try and stay outside so I can get these nice views and photos. And you can see there's like some ships in the middle. I think that's the Coast Guard because the border is right between the river, between Russia and China. So, I mean, they're kind of friends, but I guess they do want to show some presence. I don't think I'll make a video for the whole journey because it's just going to be a ferry ride across the water. But once we get to the Russian side, I will. All right, we're about to reach the Russian port now. You can see this kind of a port area from all the cranes and stuff for like loading and unloading containers. This is just a passenger boat though with a bit of cargo. You can see a second ferry over there too. It doesn't look like your typical dock for a passenger station, which is kind of interesting. And then over there is the Chinese side. The sun's a bit bright, but you can see this part is pretty barren. Not much stuff going on. And then finally, over there in the distance, you can see that's the Heihe port where we actually came from, Heihe, with the Ferris wheel and everything, and the Chinese flag. And then on the other side, you have the Russian flag. Trying to zoom in a little bit. I don't know if you can make it out. It is pretty far. And I think the whole trip was around like 10 minutes or something. Pretty quick. And we are actually gonna be docking somewhere over here. Let me flip it around again. Hope the wind isn't too strong. Yeah, it seems like we're just gonna go adjacent to this little pier kind of thing here. And in the background is probably where the immigration and customs is gonna happen. You can see there's another boat there. I think that's waiting to leave maybe once we dock. Yeah, very quick trip. Very small river separating these two places. Across the Amur. Okay, next time I'll be talking to you guys, it'll be from, well, past the Russian border. All right, guys, that was the port area. And now past it, I am officially in Russia. The immigration itself was a bit of a challenge. So, well, first of all, I didn't know I had to fill out like an immigration card. I guess most of the visitors at this port are either Russian or Chinese nationals, and they don't have to do it. It's only for like other foreigners. I have an Indian passport. But the immigration lady, she was nice. She like let me fill it on the spot. But then it's like, I think they were kind of like questioning the validity of my passport. Like they were going through every single page, even the empty ones and stuff. And they were trying to figure out, you know, if it's real or not. They've shown like a UV light or something on it. Really meticulous, but I think they were just being thorough because, well, it's not, you probably don't get that many Indians coming into Russia from the ferry through China. So I don't blame them too much. Oh, it's getting windy. Hope you guys don't catch that. Well, I do have a wind filter on the mic, so hopefully not. Let me cover it a bit just in case. But then after that, so in Heihe, I met this Russian mom with her kids, and she gave me a great tip saying that once you leave the ferry terminal or like the immigration, get a ticket to go back right away. And it's really good I did that because that way I could find out the last timing. Oh look, a wild dog. Well, let me just flip the camera so you guys don't have to see my face while I talk. And you can check out the wonderful city of Blagoveshchensk instead. But yeah, so I got the ticket. Unfortunately, the last ferry is at 5 o'clock local time, which is actually 4 p.m. Chinese time. And I only got here at noon Chinese time, so that means I have to be back within like 3.5 hours or something. So not really much time to explore around. But it does feel very pretty, I must say. Like just going around, like the kind of autumn atmosphere, low-rise buildings and stuff. Pretty cool. Look at that, wow. It looks gorgeous. I think it's definitely to do with the weather, because the autumn kind of color and leaves makes anything look good. Oh, it's gonna be green soon. So I kind of, I'm a little bit scared to take stuff like taxis or whatever. I don't mind getting a little bit scammed if it's like the equivalent of 5 USD more or something. But if they do something like, 50 USD or whatever, it's, could be bad. Maybe I should increase my walking speed so I can get to the kind of downtown area a bit quicker. But yeah, wow, this actually reminds me a little bit of Norway. Cool weather, kind of like large open spaces and stuff like that. Low-rise buildings mostly. A lot of really interesting stuff. But this is definitely more residential or something, I think, because, well, there's nothing going on around here. Not that I can see. I'm hoping to drink some vodka as well, so let's hope some Russian pubs or whatever are open early. From every stereotype I know of Russians, I know like they like vodka for breakfast or whatever, so hopefully that shouldn't be too hard. Some nice murals. Wow. Anyway, I think I was saying about the last ferry actually, that it's at 4 p.m. local time. I don't have much time. So if any of you guys are planning to visit this city, well, there is public transit, but I don't know how it works. I guess I could figure it out, maybe. But yeah, at least plan for a night here. I was kind of thinking that once I enter, I might ad hoc just add a night or something. But when I did the immigration, they actually made me fill out my departure card as well. And, well, I put the date as today because I was planning to make it a day trip. But clearly that's not long enough. This might be a church or something. I don't know if I should film inside. Yeah, so 3 hours. I'm gonna go straight, take a left, and then we'll head towards the more downtown area. I think that's I do want to check out some basic stuff like just a supermarket, cafe, things like that. Buy some kind of Russian souvenirs. Try and send a postcard. Yeah. I also couldn't figure out the timings. So maybe, I guess it's a little bit my fault that I just came here kind of ad hoc without figuring out the ferry from Heihe either. Because I ended up taking the ferry from Heihe at 11 p.m. But there might have been an earlier one, which would have given me way more time here. So I could have spent today just figuring out the timings and then actually come tomorrow or something. Some construction going on here. And a building. Actually, we have to go left, so let me go from here. So you can see there's some shops and stuff. I think that one has its 20th anniversary going on. With all the balloons and things. I think I should really ask someone about the public transit because that would definitely let me make more of my time than just kind of walking around. The weather is pretty cool, but actually it feels warmer than Heihe. But then again, maybe it's because I experienced Heihe mostly when it was a very cloudy day, very little sunlight, whereas today, there's definitely a lot more sun, so it's just generally a bit warmer in the daytime. All right. Also, I speak maybe 3 sentences of Chinese and 3 words of Russian. So either city is not a great experience in terms of communication, but it is fun because all parties are willing to try and talk. And then thankfully it's 2024 with all the translate apps and stuff. You can get pretty far. But all the, I do think English proficiency here in general should be pretty decent, maybe. I guess we'll find out in a bit. So I think this thing here is some kind of maybe supermarket. It's a very unassuming building from the outside. Could be anything. Let me take a quick peek inside. I wasn't too sure what it is, so I didn't want to walk in with a camera. But actually, I think it's some kind of gym. Because I know what supermarket looks like in Cyrillic. I can't read it. I mean, I just know what the characters look like C, Y, N something. Obviously, it's not actually C and Y. It's some different alphabet. But it looks like a C, Y, N something. It's actually probably pronounced supermarket too. It's just that the characters look like they're not, well, not how they're said in English. In general, I think it's, maybe the city is also like kind of small. Very suburban-ish, lots of trees, places to walk, wide roads. Yeah, very blue sky, which is kind of nice. Yesterday was much more cloudy and gray. Thankfully today we can actually look around and get a better, well, a little bit better camera friendly view. Oh wow, okay. Some kind of library-ish thing. Let's check it out. Well, I can't read it, but it seems like it's a library where anyone can borrow books and just you give some back. Unfortunately, I can't actually read any of them. It's pretty nice. I'm kind of thinking between like just filming the whole thing and making like a 2-hour video or just bits and pieces. But I think filming the whole thing is better, just that way I can put timestamps if anything cool or fun happens. I don't have to sit and edit or cut the video around. And it's more of an experience of what walking around would actually be like. Oh, I think this one is a supermarket actually. All right, I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna film though, because I mean, maybe if the camera is on the front, I can ask and film. There's another supermarket here. In Russia, made in Italy. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Made in France, made in USA, all sorts of things. Let me go in and take a look at it. All right. It's quite warm inside. So let's see what kind of stuff is here. Juices and things. I do kind of want a beer. So how much is a beer? 1 USD is approximately, I think, 100. Actually, that's very high approximation. Let me just look it up real quick so I get a better idea of what the rates are. Wow, a lot of alcohol. Oh, I have no network. I did get a Russian connection, but I'll put rates in the overlay or something later, maybe. The liquor is locked up. Oh, Russian liquor. Really cool. So I need to kind of just think about. Hello. Sorry, I don't speak Russian. English? I don't want to get in trouble. Let me kill the video. Alright, so I got kind of scared after that guy tried to talk to me, and then when I said I don't speak Russian, he just was like, okay. Maybe he was trying to tell me not to film, so then I just stopped filming. And I bought something. This was 80 rubles, which is, so I'm trying to remember now. I remember 1 CNY is 13 RMB. Sorry, 1 CNY is 13 rubles approximately. And 1 USD is 8 CNY, again approximately, or 7. So 7 times 30, 91. So I guess 1 USD is around 91 rubles. This was 77, so just under $1 US. I don't even know what it is. Rose guava premium something. I guess it's some kind of juice. It's in a glass bottle, so it feels kind of nice. I think I should attach my tripod to this thing so I can put it down anytime I want. Anyway, we'll try drinking it. There's a lot of public transit actually. Different buses and stuff. Unfortunately, the public transit doesn't show up on Google Maps, so I don't know which transit I'm supposed to be taking, if that makes sense. Wow, look at this. Really pretty stuff. And I don't know what this building is, but it looks cool. I think it's some kind of embassy, or yeah, that's a Kazakh flag, so I think it's maybe the embassy of Kazakhstan, something like that. Potentially. It's starting to actually feel a little bit hot in my jacket. I should probably open it up. Really quiet, and you can see there's like some solar panels there too. If you guys ever hear me pointing at something completely random, it's because mostly I'm a little bit afraid someone's looking at me and I want to just do something to make it seem like I'm making like a documentary or whatever. I guess you could kind of call this a documentary of just random walking around, but I feel like if they see me actively doing something or pointing at something, it's a little bit less like, you know, I'm filming you guys, more like just something that happens. So the trees are kind of ending here, which makes me think we're entering the more city area. Oh look, we got a nice map here. Maybe we can use this to take the transit. Ooh. This tells us where we are, but I can't actually read it. And then, well, I wanted to go here, but it doesn't seem like the bus goes there. Except maybe it goes there or something. Yeah. It's a little bit hard to tell. Not sure, there is some stuff, but I can't quite read it. But I think walking around is better because then we can see more cool buildings like this one here. A nice little kind of a diagonal cut angle on the front. Right, that's what I was talking about. CNEP Market. CYN. Of course, it's not actually CYN, but it looks like a NEPMAP. If that's an R, then that's probably in our supermarket. I guess it probably is. I guess when you read it, it sounds like supermarket, just in a slightly different alphabet or something like that. There was a bus stop at the temperature on it. It said it's 11 degrees Celsius right now. It does feel fairly cool, but not cold. Which is definitely nice when walking around. That our first kind of building block area that we've seen so far. And then some other cool building there. Can't quite tell what it is, but it looks interesting. Okay. I'm gonna stop the video for a while so I can open this thing, and then I'll touch a tripod and continue in a bit. All right, guys. So after quite a bit of walking, we're over here at this area where you can see the big flag in the distance. And it's a nice kind of very open area. I hope you guys are not getting the sun. Let me lower you a little bit. And there's a few shops and stuff. I mean, I can't read, but I'm pretty sure that's Papa John's. Hookah shop 24/7 and stuff. I'm gonna try and see if I can find a bar. I'll first hit up the front and see what China looks like from the other side. And also check out the flag, I guess. I think that's a restaurant. The thing is, because there's it's so close to China, I don't think it's for Chinese tourists, but just for locals or something. There's a lot of Chinese restaurants here, which is obviously not something I want to do while I'm here, considering I live in Hong Kong. Little snack kind of place. Onion rings, wraps, burgers too, apparently. And then whatever they're building here. I think we have to go this way. Let's wait for this guy to pass. All right. So there's like a playground and stuff. A lot of people out and about enjoying the sunny, cool day. Oh, it looks like oh no, I thought we couldn't go to the flag because it's closed off, but there's a path a little bit further up front, which is what I think we can take. And yeah, like a nice empty large garden. You can see an airline there as well, in the distance. Quite easy to spot in the clear blue sky. So first impressions so far, a lot of large parks and stuff. There's a couple of gift shops there, and I'm gonna see if I can buy a postcard. Hopefully stamps as well. And that's it. That's the flag. It is actually kind of cordoned off. If you see, there's like a little bit of a barrier or something. So we can't walk up all the way to it. But what you do see is, compared to like the city of Blagoveshchensk with the shorter buildings, the Chinese side has like much taller, relatively even skyscrapers, I would say. Yeah. They might be building like a stadium or something just because of this place. I'm gonna take a photo, but let's see if the sun gets in my way too much. It's not awful. All right. I think I got it. I'm guessing this is probably some kind of government building, the one up front. It definitely looks that way, like low-rise, wide, and what I would call prime district, prime area, maybe. Lounging around and stuff. There is some kind of monument down there called the Triumphant Arch. which I think I'll probably go and try and check out. I do want to get the pizza, but it's all the way back there already. Okay, I don't think that's the gift shop. That's just the tourism center, which I will check out as well. But before we go there, I'll go to the gift shop. Right. Kill it for now, and then something interesting happens, I'll bring the recording back up. Okay, I was walking a little bit, nothing too interesting so far, but there's some cool buildings here. As we're gonna walk towards now what is called the Triumphant Arch, which seems to be some kind of large arch at the waterfront. And let's go see what that looks like. I saw a couple of bars on the way here, which seemed mostly shut. One had the door open, it was empty inside though. But I think if I'm here, I'm not gonna let an empty pub prevent me from having a shot of vodka, let's say. It's kind of nice wooded park. And basically we just kind of walk up to the waterfront, and it should be somewhere behind these buildings and stuff. The area I'm in right now is kind of unassuming that way. But the architecture seems very nice. Some restaurants and stuff. The thing is, the restaurants look kind of closed. I'm not sure if it's a Saturday or something that has something to do with it, or it's just the kind of style of buildings here. I'm hoping the sun isn't too bad for the camera either. A lot of the entrances to buildings are kind of underground a little bit. I think we're here. I see a boat. I mean, not a real boat. It seems like a... Wow, what is this? This looks kind of interesting. I smell coffee and there's pastries here. Definitely gonna go check that out in a bit. Where's the arch? Where's the triumph? Did I already cross it? It's probably on the left-hand side or something. Or maybe I underestimated where I was and it's actually much further away. Or maybe I saw that Triumphant after all. Okay, let's check out this boat first. Some kind of attack ship. I'm guessing like Coast Guard or something. That's probably a replica. But yeah, you have all the guns mounted on top. 1945. So is it a real boat? And they just kind of like fixed it up? It's possible. Right. The waterfront from the Russian side. Again, that's the Heihe port. Some kind of barge transporting containers. Battleship. Let me try and take a quick look on my phone for where the arch is supposed to be. It's supposed to be towards that side. Which is good because that means we don't have to... Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. The white thingy with the red top in the distance. Well, it's not that far, but... Hey, let's go up to it. Nice kind of area here, a lot of seating and stuff. All right, guys, that's it. That's the arch. I mean, honestly, oh shit, it's closed off as well. So the flagpole was closed off. This guy's closed off. Well, actually, I don't know if it's completely closed off. The back looks kind of open. Let me see what happens if I go around this guy. Okay, no, from the shadow I can tell it's closed off. All the way, including the behind. Okay, well, there's not too much more to see here. Let me walk along a bit more, because there's this kind of interesting looking building. While I also check my phone for where to eat. I think I have at least 2 more hours before I actually panic taxi to the pier or the port. Right. Not sure what this building is, but the windows are all plasticed up. Okay, it looks like there's a ton of restaurants in this area. And a lot of them are further behind, so I think I'm gonna go up front after the park, take a right turn, so you guys can see kind of where they're scattered. I go up front, take a right, and then kind of explore the area. It's been in, what time is it? Oh, fuck. I think it's been an hour since I walked out of that place, the port area-ish, maybe. I wasn't walking full speed. I stopped at quite a few places, things like that. So I think if I had to, I could get back full speed in half an hour. So we'll kind of see if that's required or not. It's pretty good weather. I think I already said it, but my biggest regret is definitely not staying here for a night, because, well, the nightlife would have been interesting for one. Drinking actually at night, going out, seeing what the streets are like, that kind of stuff. And it's such a remote area, I doubt I would come back here if I was doing another trip, like Heihe or Blagoveshchensk. But for you guys, definitely stay a little bit longer. Interesting hotel and restaurant, I think. So what I've learned is Pektopa is restaurant, but what I also learned is P is actually R, so it's, and C is S, so restaurant, and then whatever the H means. I don't think it's actually an H again, so. There's like a few snack places and stuff on the waterfront too. But I'd rather sit down and have actual, like a proper meal. Let's actually walk along this thing, because there seems to be a few small shops which could potentially be interesting. There's a place up front that does say fast food explicitly. Could do with a burger. Though a burger would be cheating considering I have limited time for Russian food. There are a lot of Russian restaurants in Heihe. I don't know if it's for the Russian tourists or more likely for the local tourists, Chinese tourists who come there, but it's probably just as legit, but not quite the same. Interesting little building over there. Might be like a bathroom or something. Public toilet. I think this is probably a restaurant. They've got like outdoor seating or a pub. But I don't recognize any of those words unless that's the name. I like this kind of wooden thingy they've built. Pretty nice. And we are at a dead end, but I think there's a right turn up ahead, so that is truly the end. And after that is, well, you kind of have to walk off and find restaurants or something. Well, sorry, you don't have to walk off to find restaurants, but that's what I'm gonna do. I wonder if these are houses or something. Let's quickly check out a little bit of the waterfront side over here. Seems like there's some like kids' toys and stuff like that. And like cars which little kids can go around in. I think you can rent a bike too, damn. It looks quite fun. Well, if I was a kid. There's some kind of bull here. Is that the Wall Street Bull, but like Steampunk edition? I can't tell. It's definitely metal. So again, Heihe, that's where we came from. But this is more of the Heilongjiang Park side of things. Okay, let's head back in towards the city. Because I can't find any adult ATVs at least. Whoa, there's horses here. Okay, let's go check those out. I think this is like an actual park or something inside. There's just games, ice cream, a couple of ponies. Can't tell if they're like, it's for rides or just personal ponies. There's someone actually filming up front as well. I can see a camera and some stuff. Yeah, very kind of cozy little park area. I think trees without leaves are a little bit better, more fun. And you have the two ponies. At least I think they're ponies. statue, well, a photo of the statue. Oh, there's a shooting game. It's kind of fun. I doubt it's real guns, but I want to try it out. Looks like it's 30 rubles. But the guy just left, so I don't want to disturb him on his smoke break. Okay. Time to find food. Nice walls with like some kind of mural impression into them. Bit of RNG too. I think I came a bit too far in front. The restaurant and stuff were further behind. Though there is something here. But this seems more like on the Chinese side of things. Probably not gonna go there. You just gotta go up front and then take a right turn. Oh look, a birdhouse. Is that what it's called? I forget. Some food and stuff in there. Some of those trees are quite tall. Well, compared to the Hong Kong standard for trees, at least. I also don't know what time Russians normally have lunch. It is 2:30 local time. So if that's too late, then I might not be served at like an actual restaurant. It's technically possible. Okay. So we're now technically walking east, which is back towards the direction of the port, the ferry pier where we came from. And this building looks kind of interesting. Looks quite official too. Maybe it's a bank or something. Okay, there's a shop here called Street Food. It's probably Russian street food, so I'm gonna go check that out. I'll kill the recording just cause, oh, all right. Big Daddy. I wanna try this one as well. I'm gonna probably have both. I'm gonna take a photo of this first though. I'm sorry. Cool. I'm gonna try the street food place because it seems it might be Russian street food. And oh, there's another one here, but that's for coffee. All right. Hello chat, I'm back. I had a nice sandwich meal. I guess it's not very Russian, but it did taste pretty good. And the time right now is, let's take a quick look, 2:50 local time. It's 2 hours till my ferry. Again, the ferry leaves at 5. Should probably be there at latest 4:30 for like immigration and shit like that. So since I'm leaving rather than entering, I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit easier. A lot of Italian stuff here. Romano. Let me take a photo of this for my Italian friend. Now, from what I saw on Google Maps, oh, a Xiaomi store. Cool. There are a few bars and pubs somewhere towards that side. So we'll try and go there and see if we can find something. Look at that building. Quite pretty. Yeah, let me try and see which way we have to go. I think we cross here, especially since it's already green. Yeah, all the bars are way further ahead. Well, not all of them, but a decent amount. So I think I have to walk straight for maybe 8 minutes, probably 5 minutes at my speed. Yeah. So there is this bus thing. I think one of the buses should probably go to where I need to go. But the problem is I don't know which route it takes. So let's try and see. I think I'll have to translate it. But since these are proper nouns, I don't know if it'll translate. Oh, trade port. Let me try and compare the map actually with Google Maps to see if I can figure it out. That's definitely one strategy. So I think actually the one near the park, I could take the pink one, which is number 11, and it has a few more stops too. I don't know how the bus works, but I think if I just go in and give them cash, should be fine. I don't mind overpaying a little bit. Like I'll give them 100 rubles, which is a little bit over $1 US, maybe 200, depending on what it is. And if they can even tell me what it is. But that way, we could probably stay around till at least 4 p.m., which gives us, I think, an hour and a half. No, just an hour. It's already 3. Wow. This looks quite pretty. Building with a really nice color on it. And I think they're trying to fix up the paint and stuff on it a bit. Oh, wow, look at this one. Really nice brick and window. Again, I'm not sure what it actually is, but it definitely looks nice. I've only been to 2 European cities, well, except for a lot of cities in the UK. But I would say Russia reminds me of like those kind of European cities where everything is a bit wider, open, low-rise buildings. cool architecture. And 5 seconds, let's see if I can make it. Easy. All right. Yeah. I think we walked, no, so I think this is the part where we actually went going that way, going west, we walked along the waterfront. And now we're walking along the, well, one of the main roads. So far, it does seem like there's been a lot to see. I think these are two group buses, oftentimes at least, for tourists and the like. So I have 1 hour to get, well, I'm not gonna get smashed, just maybe 2 shots of like 2 different kinds of vodka or something. I'm sure they have like Russian beer and stuff as well, but not that interested. Because most beers taste the same. Who am I kidding? The vodka is probably gonna taste like any other vodka to me as well, but at least I can say I've done it. Cool corner building. There's some kind of music coming from that side too, but I'm not sure what that is. Okay. We should actually cross over here because the pub should be over down on that side. I guess it'll give us a chance to explore where this music is coming from as well. Is this actually Lenin Street, or is that part of this shop's name? Lenina STR. Well, I guess if it was truly a Russian street, they wouldn't have the English name. I guess it's a music store of some sort. Oh, it's a museum. I could care less. Well, it would have been interesting, but especially given the time, I think not. Some of the different kinds of flowers and berries. So I think the buildings that have the flag on top, I'm guessing are some kind of government buildings. Could be wrong, but it seems like only they would be allowed to fly it in this particular spot of like in the middle of the building on the top, something like that. Oh, maybe it is lit like the street because there's number 163 here now. It does kind of seem somewhat like high security-ish, at least from what I can tell, but that could just be in general. Though the entrance looks super cool. Especially with like the kind of like darker red tones. So this is where the pubs are supposed to be, this area. But I can't tell which one of them would be, or which ones of them would be open right now. It is 3 p.m. I mean, it says it opens at noon over here. Karaoke, that place opens at 6. Opens at 4. Bit of flowers and stuff on the ground. Oh, that sounds good. And sounds like it's open as well. Seems like it's a restaurant too, so you could always, well, I don't want to eat there, but it's an option. And whatever this is, this looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's a restaurant or something else. And there's a club here. So maybe this is like kind of like a drinking area, drinking street kind of thing. All right, let's go a little bit north than we've been so far. Some kind of studio, dentistry. I think that's massage. So macaques, well, not actually, but what sounds like it is a massage place from what I can tell so far. Oh. Look at this building. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on the side. Oh. So I can take a photo of it. All right, I got the photo. Continuing on, another kind of brickish building. This one looks kind of interesting. I want to check out what it is. Actually, let me translate the name real quick. And then further down, it seems to get back to like a more residential atmosphere. Let me quickly cross here and see if I can get a photo to figure out what this place is. Flower, cafe and kitchen. All right, well, I don't really want to eat right now. I think our best option might just be Daddy's Pub. Definitely sounds a little bit out there. But if that's what they want to call it. Some kind of thingy inside. Looks cool. I'm gonna quickly see if there's anything else nearby, otherwise we're gonna go back. I see a karaoke bar somewhere, but that's probably also closed right now. Yeesh. So there's actually a pub somewhere inside this place, which sounds kind of interesting. Highly rated too. Food and stuff, but it definitely seems very restaurant-y. I'm not sure I want to go there. Whereas Daddy's Pub has pub in the name. Though it's also a restaurant. I think we're just gonna go to Daddy's Pub and have a beer. And hopefully that'll be fine. All right, I think there's not much to record. I'm probably just gonna kill this recording anyway. All right, so speed running. I was just at this pub and I had around 3 shots of vodka and a pint of Russian beer. There's about an hour to my ferry, but a half-hour walk to get there. Feeling a little, maybe tipsy-ish, I don't know. My metabolism is quicker than most people. But yeah, it was something I definitely wanted to try while I was here. So good I got a chance to do that before I head back. Anyway, you know, broken record, whatever. If you're gonna come here, at least for one night, like the ferry timings are just too tight to be a day trip's worth. I'm gonna try and post photos of the ferry timings online. Who knows, they might change at any moment, but if they don't, they might be helpful to some of you. There are like in Russian, but at the same time you can translate it. And another thing is there's different ferry timings for the Chinese citizens and foreigners. So the last ferry for Chinese citizens leaves at 5:30. The one for what's written as Russian citizens, but includes, I guess, foreigners because they put me into that boat, is at 5 p.m. But that's kind of about it. Oh, some posters. Let's take a look at these. This is the first I'm seeing of any kind of posters or billboards here. Otherwise, it's pretty clean streets. So there was the bar here that I kind of looked at. But I think it's good I didn't go in here. It looks, oh, maybe it's underground. There's an arrow pointing down. Because other than that, it looked slightly a bit more on the emptier side. But I think that's just kind of how this, well, the day drinking culture definitely doesn't seem to be this. I guess it's not been about a day drinking culture, the stereotype. It's more about just vodka. The day drinking is only for the British, which I can confirm is true and awesome. At least from my limited time there. All right. Let's take a look at all these buildings and trees. There's no denying that it is really pretty. I much prefer like walking around here than back in Heihe, where it's not so open. It doesn't feel as, I don't know, like, I wouldn't call this cozy necessarily, but it feels so kind of relaxing. It's definitely way more relaxing. Like the streets in Heihe, if you've seen my other video, are way narrow. Maybe not, the streets are not necessarily narrower, like the road part of it, but you don't have these nice boulevards or avenues, whatever you call it, with these large trees and like the kind of open area to walk and run around. It's more like just buildings and the footpath, which I mean, I do love. Like, I live in Hong Kong. There's parts of it that I really enjoy. But for like a couple of days, something like this, not too shabby, not too shabby. Right. Once again, I do want to apologize for not being able to actually film like the inside of the bar and stuff. It's just that, especially while I'm here, I'm in Russia. I'm in such limited time that I really don't want to accidentally cause like some kind of scene, panic, controversy. They tell me to wait for someone, whatever. Look at this car. Looks really old and just kind of a little bit more like a very old school, just, I don't know, I don't have a better way to put it. Wow, this tree is extremely yellow. Look at this one. Super yellow. The rest are somewhat green, brownish. But yeah, there's the exception. Okay, so I kind of remember that white pillar there in the distance is approximately where the ferry pier is. So we got to go around all the way there and then back down south, or at least something like it. There's a bit of open here, so we can kind of see into the distance further up north. I don't have time to go there, but there's some kind of slightly tall building there. Pretty much bluish skies, but a bit more clouds on that side as compared to over here, where it is super clear, at least today. It's definitely a good thing I had that sandwich. Otherwise, I might be dying right now. The local buses. 3 seconds. Fuck it. All right. There's the, I'm gonna try to block the sun out for you guys. The Lenin statue is right there, and then there's a Russian flag in the distance. And that's kind of about it. These are all kind of Christmas. I think these are Christmas trees or something like it. Hello. Привет, привет. Some guys just said hi to me. It's kind of fun. I hope the camera got them. I swung it around, but because this has a gimbal on it, to instant swings, it will try and avoid it, which can definitely sometimes be on the negative. Let me take another photo of that flag in my limited time that I've let. Oh shit, it's on manual. Way too bright. Nice, all right. So I don't know what this is, but it looks like some kind of official building. Something like it. I must say, it's gonna sound kind of, I guess, very touristy or whatever, but the Cyrillic alphabet looks super cool. Like just that building with a little bit of Cyrillic on top, pretty nice. On the other side, you have this building, which is way more kind of old school, plain, with the wooden doors. Let's look down this road. I think it's probably just houses or residential. I mean, I'm guessing, but there you go, that's the Papa John's. I wonder if it really is called Papa John's in Russian, then just by looking at how it's spelled, I can kind of guess what some of the letters, or how some of the letters are pronounced. We're a different street now. We're like on Ostrovskogo Street. Oh, I guess that's a good way to compare it. So you see the Ostra, which is actually OC. Well, I mean, I guess the C is S in Russian, and the P is R. Ostrovsko. So the B means a V, C is S, K is K, and the weird T-looking character, lowercase r, is G. I'll try no more. The P is R. That's what I learned. That's new. Really lovely weather today. Wow. And you've got this other nice, really, again, a pretty cool red brick building over here. It looks kind of like they've got a balcony and stuff too. Like that really tiny one. I don't know. Right, I had to go to a supermarket somewhere to buy some Russian goodies. I think it's probably better if I buy it here than buy it from some kind of supermarket in Heihe, which is, I mean, the goods could probably be still Russian, but I already converted my rubles to yuan. Sorry, that's probably the vodka talking. I already converted my renminbi or the yuan to rubles, so might as well spend them while I can, or something like it. I guess one thing which I couldn't do, which I wanted to, was send a postcard from Russia, but I guess this will have to suffice in the meantime. And who knows, it's quite likely they would have just rejected me saying, sorry, international post is like totally, it's not available right now. Someone shouted from the car. I wonder if they were like also saying hi to me. It's kind of possible. A lot of vehicles. All right, let me take a quick check on the time and where I'm at. 3:55. And looking at the distance. 20 minutes more as per Google, so should be able to make it no problems, including enough buffer for whatever immigration stuff is needed. I think that means like it's a pharmacy and Teka. I don't think I've learned any of those letters. And no, wait, N means R, I think. Siepen. No, P is R. I forgot what N is. Kind of snack cart. Look at that, Gloria jeans. I've seen that chain in Japan, at least. So that's one of them. A few vehicles here. Look, oh, a Mustang. Wow, that looks nice. Again, broken record on the broken record, but if I had time, coffee would have been pretty nice. So I think you've probably seen this street, but from that side, which is why now I'm walking on this side, so you can see this part of it, and including seeing those buildings from a distance. Yeah, I really don't plan to edit any of it, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna upload the whole thing. I'll add timestamps. It's more for fun anyway. Cool. Apto market. Oh, that's an auto market, I guess. So the B is a U, if that really means auto. That's another thing. Like sometimes I can if you literally pronounce it the same way, then I would know how to translate letter for letter. But if it's said differently, then I'm just setting myself up for disaster. So. A coffee shop that also has cakes, open till midnight. Again, that really interesting looking building, cinema. Looks like it's a cinema because I seen an advertisement for Symphony of the Cinema, something like that. And then here was the fast food place we saw earlier, which I tried to go into, and it looked like they only accepted cards. Or well, maybe they did accept something else, but I was, oh, kebab, okay. So that means a B then. It actually looks like a lowercase b. That has to be kebab, right? What else could it be? Is that doner? Because the P is R and the O and E might be O and E. In which case that weird A is a D and the H is an N. Look at that, who would have thought this would turn into a Russian lesson? But here we are. Capital A, weird capital A is a D, H is an N. Oh, let me take a photo of that for my friend, actually. One of my mates' names is Donner. Well, that's his nickname, but. All right, let's go. I'm gonna flip my camera for a bit because there's just so many people. It's probably easier. And pretend to talk to you guys about something that is like, as if we were having an actual conversation, which is not true at all. Hopefully no one will really know what I'm what I'm trying to do. So that's another thing, like I don't know the English proficiency here because I haven't had a chance or even tried to talk to people, but the few Russian tourists I met in Heihe spoke like basically perfect English. Oh, that's my phone alarm. Because it is 4 and it's time to head home. Okay. Apto market, which is probably auto market again. B is a U or O, something like it. I really wanted to go here. Airsoft kind of place. But then again, I don't think I could bring anything from there back to China. And even if I could, I surely couldn't bring it back to Hong Kong. So it's probably for the best that I don't actually try and go in there. Or, well, purchase anything rather. So now we're at this place where you still have this kind of cinema thing there. Some music, something going on here. Mega Mart. I do want to buy cigarettes. I think I better look at a kind of small shop like this maybe, but it looks like it's closed. Just gonna keep going ahead. The reason I want to buy cigarettes, if you guys are wondering, is as a souvenir for my friends who do smoke. I would never, unless I'm in China. That's an exception. I'm wondering if we should continue on this street, which we haven't explored, but it's kind of empty, or that one. I think let me go back that side. I'll probably kill the video since you guys have already seen it. In case I see something new, I'll record again, but if not, see you guys back when we're in Heihe. Okay guys, I'm just showing you how it looks like to enter the port area of Blagoveshchensk. That's kind of where we take the ferry from, one of these buildings. I need to figure out which one exactly. I think it's somewhere there. Those ports are more for, I think for like cargo or something, or just generic like Navy ports or whatever. And then that's where the actual passenger terminal is. So I'm hoping we just enter there and then we can kind of make it this kind of golden hour-ish look on me first. No, that's probably a bit too much. But you can see there's like a little train tracks here. Better make sure there's no trains coming. And let me show you guys what that looks like. So you have like multiple tracks on either side. I guess because they come here, unload from the port or whatever, and then go further up. The flag and everything. All right. So I think this is the passenger terminal. I'm not sure which one it is for departure. So I'm gonna try and find that out first. It seems that one is arrivals because people are leaving from it. So I'm gonna go a bit further up and then ask around. I'm not gonna risk taking photos inside again because there's like an immigration area. I don't wanna get stuck here. But if I get a chance to take like a photo instead of this video, I'll take some and just put it in as like a tutorial or something. All right, let me head in. All right, I was shut down from recording once again while covering the part of coming onto the ferry. So maybe that's like a restricted area, but now I'm on the ferry. And yeah, we haven't left yet. So the Russian port. Yeah, it's last of Blagoveshchensk, if that still counts as it. I guess we're on this side of the border, so it does. All right.